Bone cancer. Bone cancer is a growth of cells that starts in a bone. Bone cancer can start in any bone, but it most often affects the thigh bone. But remember, cancer that starts in another part of the body and spreads to the bones, it's not bone cancer. For example, cancer that starts in the lungs and spreads to the bones is still lung cancer. A healthcare profession might call it lung cancer that has metastasized to the bones. So, cancer that starts in the bones is rare. Different types of bone cancer exist. Some types of bone cancer mostly happen in children, other types happen mostly in adults. Without wasting time, let's explore signs and symptoms of bone cancer. Number 1. Bone pain. Pain in the area of the tumor is the most common sign of bone cancer. At first, the pain may not be there all the time. It may get worse at night or when the bone is used, such as when working for a tumor in a leg bone. Over time, the pain can become more constant and it might get worse with activity. Sometimes, a tumor can weaken a bone to the point where it breaks, which can cause a sudden onset of intense pain. So, any bone can be affected, although bone cancer most often develops in the long bones of the legs or upper arms. The pain can sometimes be wrongly mistaken for arthritis in adults and growing pains in children and teenagers. When you see such kind of signs, it's good you visit a healthcare professional for early treatment. Number 2. Swelling and tenderness near the affected area. Some bone tumors cause a lump or swelling in the area, although this might not happen until sometimes after the area becomes painful. Cancer in the bones of the neck can sometimes cause a lump in the back of the throat that can lead to trouble swallowing or breathing. When you see such kind of sign, it's good that you visit a healthcare professional for early diagnosis so that early treatment can start. Number 3. Feeling very tired. Fatigue is the feeling of extreme tiredness no matter how much you rest. Fatigue associated with cancer differs from the tiredness you feel after a long day at work. Cancer uses your body's nutrients to grow and advance in your body. When these nutrients aren't replenishing your body anymore, you can experience extreme fatigue. These are significant cancer symptoms common in the early stages of leukemia and some stomach or colon cancer. Number 4. Losing weight without trying. One may also undergo weight loss despite any physical activity, workout, and frequent tiredness. Typically, losing 10 pounds or more with no change in lifestyle is a sign of extreme weight loss and should spur a talk with your physician. Unexplained weight loss is associated with cancer of the esophagus, stomach, lung, or pancreas. Number 5. Unexplained fractured bone. Bone cancer can weaken the bone, but most often the bones do not fracture. People with a fracture next to or through a bone tumor usually describe a sudden severe pain in a bone that had been sore for a few months. However, bone metastasis makes your bones more fragile and likely to break even if you don't fall. So, the condition can affect any bone on your body. Number 6. High calcium levels in the blood, which may cause severe tiredness, nausea, vomiting, thirst, constipation, or confusion. Now, hypercalcemia means there is too much calcium in the blood. It is the most common life-threatening complication of cancer in adults. Hypercalcemia develops in 10% to 20% of adults with cancer, but it rarely develops in children. When it develops in people with cancer, it may be called hypercalcemia of malignancy. So, this happens when cancer interferes with the control of the amount of calcium in the blood stream. Number 7. Reduced movement of joint or limb. If the cancer is near a joint, you may find it harder to move the joint. Movement in the arm or leg may be affected. If the affected bone in the leg, it may cause a limp. A tumor in the spine may press on nerves. This can cause numbness, tingling, or weakness in the arms or legs. It can also cause problems controlling the bladder or bowel. If you see such a symptoms, it's very important to contact your doctor straight away to find out the cause of your symptom. Number 8. Fever. A fever is a common symptom of many illnesses. However, fever associated with cancer often occur after it has spread to other parts of the body. Some other common signs that a fever may be associated with cancer are if the onset of a fever happens mostly at night, you experience night sweats, and you don't have any other signs of infection. Generally, all cancer patients will have a fever at some point as the tumor affects the immune system. Number 9. Weakened bone. Osteoporosis can be caused by bone cancer, whereby osteoporosis causes bones to become weak and brittle. So brittle that a fall or even a mild stress such as bending over or coughing can cause a break. Osteoporosis related breaks most commonly occur in the hip, wrist or spine. Osteoporosis affects men and women of all races, but especially older women who are past menopause are at highest risk. Medicines, healthy diet, and weight-bearing exercise can help prevent bone loss or strengthen already weak bones.